The rhetoric spewed by not only community leaders but politicians at large is very disturbing. After leaving Gandoma community, we sat with the chairman of the Christian Association of Nigeria in Jema local government and the secretary of Jama'atu Nasser Islam. I'm here with Reverend David Q. Arua, who is the Khan chairman of Jema local government here in Kaduna State. Thank you so much for granting us this interview.
Thank you.
From May 2016 till January 2017, how many people have lost their lives?
It cannot be less than 800.
800 people.
Yes.
So the assessment you made, is it 800 Christians?
Yes.
So these are just the Christian number of people who have been killed.
I'll
What is your preaching? What is your advice to Christians on how to deal with this situation? Because the Fulani are claiming that they are also being attacked by Christians, right?
Right from our leadership, the language change. Don't attack, but defend yourself. So you now look for the roots. What is happening? If we are staying together, and then I have farmed my crops, and then you allow your cows to enter my farm, eat my crops, and if I want to say, my brother, what are you doing? What is that? You use either your machete or your gun to shoot me. How can you catch somebody that is holding a gun and a machete that you are going to report? So that is why we will always say, don't go to attack anybody. But when somebody comes to attack you, defend yourself.
That leads me to my next question. When we also spoke with the dominantly Fulani community, they said that, you know what, if the state government built schools, healthcare facilities in their communities, they would see no need to integrate with the Christians, right? So they believe that a monotonous community will stop, you know, these agitations that we're seeing. Do you agree that Christians should live separately from Muslims?
No, I don't know where that one is coming from. We have never and we will never agitate for that.
So you believe both religions can cohabit, both ethnicities, Fulani and, you know, the Christians can cohabit in the same community without these violence?
They can.
So what do you think is the solution? How can we nip this violence in the bud once and for all?
So you can tell the people, but if they allow the indwelling of the Holy Spirit, the power of the Holy Spirit, to dwell in them, just like Paul will say, be filled with the Holy Spirit. Just like a drunk will drink wine and be filled. He will now not be controlled by himself, but by that wine. So the Holy Spirit is used like that. When you allow the Holy Spirit to control you, certainly you will be able to live with anybody, anytime, anywhere.
So your solution, the solution you're preferring to the Fulani herdsmen is to be filled with the Holy Spirit?
To allow their tenants, not my, you know, I'm talking from the Christian perspective.
Okay.
But the question is, does their religion, which they practice, also have teachings like that? Now, if they have teachings like that, then that's the only thing. But for me as a Christian, that is what I teach my members, that the Holy Spirit can empower you to be able to do only that which God's name is glorified.
It seems like the genesis of the issue dates back to cattle rearing, right? The grazing reserve bill that was proposed in the House of Assembly is still pending, where the federal government will allocate a certain portion of lands to cattle rearers. Do you believe this will solve the crisis?
No, you are taking, it doesn't started because of the grazing reserve thing. This crisis has been on. In as much as you discover that before now, those things were there. But nobody talked of grazing reserve.